Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. Welcome to the science class. Today we are start chapter number 10, that is heat and temperature. Students, after completing this lecture you are able to know about the kinetic theory, and you are also able to define thermal energy and temperature on the basis of kinetic molecular theory. You are also able to know the different units of temperature and their uses, and how we measure the temperature. So in previous lectures we were discuss about the kinetic theory of particles. So what are the kinetic theory of particles? Kinetic theory is a fundamental or basic concept in physics that explain the behavior of gases and liquids. It also describes the motion of particles as according to kinetic molecular theory, particles in solids only vibrate about their mean position, while in liquid and gases, particles are free to move. As you know, in particles there are two types of energy. Number one, kinetic energy, and second, potential energy. Kinetic energy is due to the motion of the particles, and potential energy is due to attraction between the particles, or we said potential energy is due to position of the particles. So in solids, particles have smallest kinetic energy, while in gases, kinetic energy is greater as compared to liquids. So, the total kinetic energy and potential energy of all the particles in a substance is called the thermal energy. What is thermal energy? The total kinetic and potential energy of the particles in a substance is called thermal energy. Now we discuss the examples that if we place a pan having water in it on stove, and water will be seen to be static, but when we start heating it, we see that water currents move in it, and even steam flows out when it boils, as you see in a picture. So from this observation we conclude that kinetic energy of molecules increases by heating. So by adding more heat to a substance, the particles move faster, therefore their kinetic energy and temperature also increases. So now what is temperature? We discuss about the temperature. So temperature is the measurement of how hot or cold body is, means it is the measurement of the hotness or the coldness of any matter. And scientifically we define the temperature that as temperature indicates the average kinetic energy of particles, or we said temperature of a body is measure of average kinetic energy of its particles. As I explained the example that if we place a water on stove and start heating it, the water currents move in it and boil. So from this observation we conclude that if their kinetic energy increases, temperature is also increases. So why due to the kinetic energy temperature is increases? Because as each particles has its own kinetic energy, so combinedly the kinetic energy of all the particles inside a substance or inside a body which is called its average kinetic energy is called its temperature. I hope you understand the definition of the temperature. Now, how we measure the temperature? So we measure the temperature using the thermometer. What is thermometer? Thermometer is an instrument through which we calculate or we measure the temperature. Now we discuss the units of temperature. There are different units of temperature according to the System International, that is SI unit. So first the SI unit of temperature is Kelvin, second is degree centigrade and degree Fahrenheit. So now we discuss the uses of this units, that we use Kelvin temperature mostly for scientific calculation. For example, if we measure the temperature of the lab, so we said the temperature of the lab is 320 Kelvin, because Kelvin unit of temperature is used in the scientific labs or scientific calculations. The second unit is degree Fahrenheit. Degree Fahrenheit is usually used for clinical purposes, as when we visit the doctor and check our temperature, so doctor tells us that your body temperature is 100 Fahrenheit after reading thermometer. So in clinical purposes, in medical fields, temperature is measured into degree Fahrenheit. Okay, the third unit of the temperature is degree centigrade. Degree centigrade unit is used for normal daily life temperatures. For example, for weather, that when we tell the weather to other person, so we said that during winters temperature of Islamabad is 0 degree centigrade, or we said temperature of Islamabad falls below the 0 degree centigrade. So in daily life we use the unit of temperature, that is degree centigrade. Thank you. I hope you understand my lecture. Thank you so much.